So 25 years ago, A.Lange and Söhne released the Lange 1. And I'm here with Elizabeth Doerr, co-founder of quillandpad.com, who is both an owner of a Lange 1 and a watch expert. You write a lot on watches, don't you?
I do. That's my entire profession, writing about watches.
And loving them.
I do. I love them very much.
So 25 years ago, the Lange 1 is released for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we still here 25 years later talking about it?
That's an excellent question, because not many watches reach this status of what I would call an evergreen, where it becomes such a classic in the industry that it's there almost, you feel like it's been there forever. There's 3, 4, 5 watches that you could pinpoint like right off the tip of your tongue. I won't name names, but because they're unusual, they're beautiful, they're classic in their own ways, but they have that little something extra that makes them indescribably different to someone with a trained or maybe even untrained eye, whether it's a shape or a feel or just a texture maybe even sometimes.
What sets the Lange 1 apart? Because when they introduced it in 1994, it was quite a shock.
It was shocking, and the big shock was the asymmetry of the dial. Up to that point, watch dials were basically symmetrical and round. So this is round, but we have asymmetry. So that means that the displays are on different sides of the dial. If you look to the left or the right, you're going to find something completely different, also from north to south. So it's totally asymmetrical. And the second element that is really unusual is the large date, what they call at Lange the outsize date, which hadn't really been found in watches. I'm not sure there's even a historical precedent, except in the Opera House in Dresden, where the inspiration came from. So it's a double-digit large date that was eminently visible on the dial, which almost dominates the dial more so than even the time display. And these two elements really made this watch a classic evergreen, in my opinion.
A classic evergreen. Mm-hmm. Did it appear that way in 1994, do you think?
No, it was shocking. People did not know what to make of it at the beginning. It was sort of like, you can find many precedents for a shocking watch that appears and people talk and they chatter and they don't know what's going to happen, but they get used to it and then all of a sudden realize how special it is.
And then, what do you think it meant to the watch world?
Yeah.
You've had the personal response, but the watch world, how did it respond and what does it mean, a Lange 1 now?
Well, definitely there was a shock at the beginning, but shocks are good. But it also meant for people who knew about watches, it meant a rebirth and history also being tangible. But this idea of a hugely historical name being reborn and in such a spectacular way. And the whole industry sat up and took notice, which is not the easiest thing to do when you're overwhelmed by Switzerland and Swiss watches. All of a sudden you have a German watch and a new German brand breaking through and stealing some share of the spotlight. It was phenomenal.
And do you remember your first time when you felt one and held a Lange 1 for the first time?
Yeah, and it's funny, Günther Blümlein had a way of describing the Lange 1. He said, people can imagine it like getting into a German car, like the door, the sound like a Mercedes would make when it shuts, just that perfect little click, the door's closed. That's what it feels like to hold this watch. The quality is tangible. The metal, silky smooth, just the way you wind it, the way it works, everything is just perfect. Like a German car, just there it is.
It's engineered and it works.
Yeah.
It's interesting you mentioned Günther Blümlein.
Yeah.
How do you feel he has influenced this watch and how do you feel he's being commemorated today?
Yeah, I'm very glad that the new commemorative watch also includes Günther Blümlein, which doesn't always happen. It's hard for those behind the scenes. People remember the founders, people remember the watchmakers, but a behind the scenes director who wasn't directly involved with he was directly involved, but people tend to forget these things. It's great to honor a guy who was so instrumental in the rebirth of the brand, to give him a tangible commemorative piece. Mm-hmm. I would actually go as far to say he was as important to the rebirth of Lange & Söhne as Walter Lange. They were equal partners in this venture, and it's great to see him honored this way.
So, let's move to the moment when you finally get your grail, the Lange 1.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
I saved.
You saved the money.
Yes, I did. It was important to me.
And when you when you got it, what is the pleasure of owning a Lange 1?
Well, I save it for special occasions. It's not my everyday wear. I'm usually a stainless steel girl because stainless steel is a hard, hardy material that takes a lot of beating. But the Lange 1 is not a watch that's available in stainless steel. It's only available in precious metals, and I think that's fine. It's a celebratory feeling. So when I got mine, I decided to get it in pink gold, which is a different color also than stainless steel. I could have chosen white gold because it looks like stainless steel, but I thought, no, I'm going to remind myself that this is celebration.
So for you, it's a watch for a special occasion?
Yes, absolutely.
And what might that be?
This summer, one of the greatest watchmakers in the world turned 70, Philippe Dufour. I wore it to his birthday party.
Oh, now that's quite an honor that you chose the Lange 1 to wear to that man's birthday party.
Yes.
Did he notice?
Yes.
Did he spot?
He also owns a Lange, not the Lange 1, but a different one, and I think he was appreciative of the idea.
Special editions of the Lange 1. What would you expect? What would you like? Now is the shopping list time.
Ooh,
What would you like?
Very interesting. Stainless steel.
Oh, a stainless steel Lange 1.
That would be cool.
Who knows if that's in the pipeline? And just final question. Take me through the pleasure of owning a Lange 1. What do you feel? The manual wind? What are the moments you spend with it?
It's incredible. It's so like I said, I don't take it out. I don't wear it every day. So I know there's an event coming that I want to wear it. I pull it out in its box, open the box very carefully. I'll admit I pet it a little bit.
Petting.
Just feel the gold. Pull it out of the box and the winding. So it's a 3-day power reserve. It takes a few minutes to wind, but it's a real pleasure because it's such a lovely wind. Very smooth, but enough tension to make you feel like you're really working at it. It's a ritual that I enjoy very much.
A little private ritual with your Lange 1.
Yes, indeed.
Worth the investment. Elizabeth Doerr, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Doerr, co-founder of quillandpad.com. Thank you.